Hello everyone. Today we will discuss about an important concept, torque. For that we'll first watch a video and then we'll discuss the concepts. Let's do an activity to understand the concept of torque. Torque is the rotational effect of force. Now here the handle is given at a very far distance from the hinge. The hinges are here, and when we apply the force here at the handle, the door undergoes rotational motion about the hinges, right? Why the handle is given at the end? Why not here? Let's try and apply the force here. So in case we are applying the same force here as here, the rotational effect when we apply the force over here is less. Now again, let's take our hand more closer. Even the rotational effect now is even lesser. Now if we apply the force at the hinge, will there be any rotational effect? No. That means the application point of the force must be at some distance from the hinge. So first thing, that whatever force we are applying, its perpendicular distance from the axis of rotation, that is the hinges, that decides the amount of torque, or you can say the rotational effect of force. Now look at this. We are applying force like this. But what if I apply force like this? I'll have to do more efforts in rotating the door. Now if I apply force like this, will it rotate? Not at all. So that means the parallel component of the force, which is parallel to the distance from the hinges, is not giving any contribution to the rotation. But this perpendicular component of the force is giving all the rotation. So even if I am applying an oblique force, only this perpendicular component of that oblique force will give the rotation, and this component will not give any rotation, right? So this is the concept which must be clear with this discussion. Now we'll discuss how to write that on the diagram and explain that with the help of the diagram. Hope a few concepts of torque are clear with that video. So we are just proceeding to the technical aspects. So torque is the rotational effect or the turning effect of force. Rotational or turning effect of force. As you have just seen in the video, that torque, or you can say the rotational effect, depends on how much the force is applied. If we apply more force, more will be the rotational effect. And it also depends on the perpendicular distance from the axis of rotation. Like in this case, you had seen that the distance, more is the distance from the hinge, that is the axis of rotation, more is the rotational effect. So that's why the handles are provided at a distance which is far away from the hinges and not at the hinges. So this also leads us to one conclusion, that if we apply the force at the hinge, that is the axis of rotation, there will be no rotational effect. That means the torque will be zero. So from here we can combine it and we can write that force is actually force into perpendicular distance from the axis of rotation. Here we have considered the constant as 1. So what is D? So D is the perpendicular distance from the axis of rotation. So this is the force applied, and D is the axis of perpendicular distance from the axis of rotation. From the axis of rotation. Now let's check another case. I have to draw a diagram. I want you people to relate with that diagram. Suppose this is the object. Now this is fixed at about the central line. So there is a fixing at the base with respect to the central position here, right? So that's why if I am applying a force over here, it will rotate. Yes. So I am drawing a body to show this object. Suppose that body is non-uniform, right? Whatever it is. This is the axis of rotation which I am drawing here like this. So this axis is not visible, but we know that there is an axis. Now if I am applying a force here, so this is the point of application of force. So suppose I have applied this force at this point, right? So this point I am marking as point P, where I have applied this force. So this force applied here is resulting in rotation. So if you look at the top view, you will see that this force is obliquely applied here. This is the axis of rotation somewhere. If I hold this as axis of rotation, this is the applied force in some direction which I am applying. Okay. So what will be the perpendicular distance of this force from this axis of rotation? I'll have to extend it backwards to get the perpendicular distance. Yes, look at this. This is the direction of application of force. So I'll have to extend it backwards in order to get the perpendicular distance. So if I am using this point of reference as origin, I'll have to extend this backwards, the same direction, to get this perpendicular distance from the axis of rotation. Now how will I find this perpendicular distance? I know this much, that this point of application is at distance r. So the point of application has a position vector r if I consider this point as O, right? And this point of application makes an angle theta with between the force and the position vector. So you can say that this angle will also be theta. Hope you are able to compare it. This is theta. Now this is a right triangle. So what will be this perpendicular distance? If I consider this d as perpendicular distance, so I know that sine theta is perpendicular upon hypotenuse. So this is perpendicular upon hypotenuse. So this will be r sine theta. So if I apply this formula first, so torque is equal to force into r sine theta. Right now I am writing the scalar form only. So I can write it this way also, r into f sine theta, or I can write f into r sine theta. Both ways it is correct if it is a scalar form, right? So from here, this r sine theta can be written as f into perpendicular distance. And as you will see, I'll explain that also, that this is the perpendicular component of force. Now look at this. This is making theta with this direction. So what will be the component of force along this direction? This will be f cos theta. And if I want to find the perpendicular component, this will be f sine theta. So f sine theta can be written as f perpendicular component right? So I can say that torque is given by the perpendicular component only. We are applying oblique force here. I did not apply a perpendicular force here, I had applied an oblique force. As I had demonstrated in the case of door, that if we apply an oblique force, then only the perpendicular component will result in rotation of the door. We know that if we apply parallel force, it will not result any rotation. Similarly, f cos theta, which is the parallel component with the position vector, this will not result in rotation, but this perpendicular component will result in rotation effect, right? So this is one thing. Result which is very important over here is that only the perpendicular component of force results in torque, or you can say the rotational effect of force, right? Now, what type of quantity is torque? Very important thing, torque is a vector quantity. So what will be the direction of torque? See, suppose I am applying force over here, right? And the sense of rotation of this body is like this. So if I keep my fingers in the direction of sense of rotation of the body, then my thumb will give the direction of torque, right? So if you are looking at the top view, for top view, if this is the direction of rotation of the body, then normally outward torque will be there, because we know that from this expression we can write it in cross product form also. So I can first write what is the direction. Direction of torque. So I'm mentioning here that it is perpendicular to the plane containing R and F, and the direction is given by right hand rule. So I'll try to draw a rough sketch of that diagram. If this body is rotating this way, right? So then if I keep my right hand like this, such that the fingers so I'll mention it, fingers along sense of rotation, then thumb gives the direction of torque. And also one more very important relation, torque can be written as R cross F in vector form and not as F cross R. Why so? We know that R cross F, if I look at the top view from here, so for the top view, what will be the diagram? The diagram will be this R, this is the F. This is R and this is F, right? So I can make a modified diagram here. So this F can be shifted here, as it is I am shifting it here. So this can be F and this is the same vector R, right? So from here, if you look at this angle is theta, and I am taking your fingers from R to F. So from R to F, if I am taking the fingers, then the direction of torque will be normally outward. So from R to F, if I am taking, this torque is outwards. Moreover, if angle between these two, what is this? This is RF sine theta. If angle between the two is 0, then what will be the value of torque? So if theta is equal to 0, this is RF sine theta, we know the magnitude, theta is 0, then torque will be 0. If theta is 90 degree, then torque is maximum. That's why the handles are provided at the distance which is very far off from the hinges. So there must be some distance between the maximum distance between the handles and the hinges in order to have maximum torque. So that's all about the basic concept of torque in this video. Thank you and have a nice day.